One of the most iconic thing about Naruto Uzumaki was him being a Jinchuriki of Tailed Beast. However, recently, he has lost Kurama, which has left emptiness inside him and weakened him significantly. However, there is still very big chance that Naruto will get a new Tailed Beast that is even stronger than Kurama, and this is the topic I want to talk about today. But before starting, I want to ask you all to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more. I hope all of you have a great day, and let's start the video. We all know that long before the founding of the Hidden Villages, the Sage of Six Paths saved the world by sealing the 10 tails into his body, becoming its Jinchuriki. Sometime later, the sage was inspired by his youngest son, Asura, to use his creation of all things ability to divide the 10 tails chakra into 9 living entities, what would become the tailed beasts. The sage named the 9 and explained to them that a link existed between them despite their separation. He also foretold of a day when they would be brought together again, though not as they were, and that at that time, someone would emerge to show them what true power is. In the anime, it was shown that before his death, the sage and his followers built temples in 9 different regions of the world, where the tailed beasts could live and be protected. The tailed beasts were originally created not only to prevent the 10 tails resurrection, but also to maintain and balance peace. The first person to come close to their original usage was Hashirama Senju, who had captured several of the tailed beasts with his wood release, distributed the beasts among the new villages in order to stabilize the balance of power between them. However, Hashirama's usage of the tailed beasts were forceful rather than earning their willful cooperation. This method would be realized in Hashirama's successor as Asura's reincarnation, Naruto Uzumaki. The technique which Hagoromo used to create tailed beasts is a very interesting one. It was a technique possessed by Hagoromo Otsutsuki that allowed him to turn fantasy into reality. The process he used is explained to have initially involved the administration of imagination, and the spiritual energy which forms the basis of Yin Chakra to create physical forms from nothingness. Then, through the application of vitality and the physical energy which forms the basis of Yang Chakra, he would breathe life into the resulting creations. The tailed beasts were created from the 10 tails chakra with this technique. In the anime, when using this ability, the beings created are minuscule and surrounded by a Magatama-like green energy pod. It is said that Izanagi is simply a practical application of this technique. According to Obito Uchiha, the Sage of the Six Paths used this ability to create many things beside the tailed beast. I assume that this was the technique Hagoromo used to create his set of tools. A lot of people don't know, but after obtaining 6 Path Sage mode, Naruto also possesses this technique and he has used it several times. First in Naruto chapter 672, when he saved Might Guy from dying. Secondly, in Naruto chapter 675, when Naruto restored Kakashi's eye, and the last time Naruto used it when he revived Obito. However, there seems to be some kind of limitation with the usage of his version of creation of all things, since he was not able to fully heal Might Guy, did not restore Kakashi's Sharingan, and could not prevent Obito from dying. I think this limitation could be connected to him not having as much chakra as Hagoromo Otsutsuki, but this problem can be solved in Boruto. We all know that right now, in Boruto Kara possesses their own 10 tails, which is immobilized in a dimension that is only accessible via space-time ninjutsu. The beast possesses a single red dojutsu, which contains several concentric rings and 6 tomo, which Sasuke Uchiha identified as Rinnegan. It presumably has a massive reserve of chakra, as Ishiki Otsutsuki would take some when necessary. The beast largely resembles Earth's 10 tails in its first form. While considerably smaller, it is still massive, comparable in size to the 9-tailed beast. It has a large, egg-shaped head with small spikes protruding from the top alongside a single spike on its chin, as well as a large mouth containing human-like teeth and a single eye with black vein-like markings around it. It appears to have 2 small arms, as well as 10 tails. This 10 tails has made several appearances in the series. Firstly, when Sasuke discovered it in Otsutsuki Dimension, 10 tails tried to bite Jigen. However, Ishiki told him that it was too soon for it to eat him. Afterward, he absorbed 10 tails chakra and strengthened himself. Second time when this 10 tails appeared was when Code was assigned to protect it, in which nothing notable happened, leading to both him and the beast to fall asleep. It was not until Ishiki's death did his lingering spirit instruct Code to feed either Kawaki or Boruto to the beast to bloom into the God Tree. At the same time, Momoshiki intended to find this beast in order to feed Kawaki to it, so he could claim the chakra fruit for himself. Hidden Leaf already knows about this tailed beast. They know how dangerous Ten Tails really is. They had the whole 4 Shinobi World War because of this beast, and I think they will try to resolve this problem as soon as possible. Probably the most effective way of protecting humanity from Kara's Ten Tails is to seal it into someone. However, from Obito and Madara's case, we know that Jinchuriki of Ten Tails has to be very strong physically and mentally. Otherwise, he can control enormous power of Ten Tails, which will lead into losing mind and inability to fully utilize its capabilities. The most suitable candidate for the Jinchuriki of Ten Tails is Naruto. We know that he is probably the strongest ninja who has ever lived, who possesses the strongest body physically in the whole franchise, and he also had very big experience of being Jinchuriki. Becoming the Jinchuriki of Ten Tails will boost Naruto's strength into the level it has never reached before. The loss of Kurama in power would be completely filled, and with new Jinchuriki power, he would be able to freely rival other Otsutsuki clan members and protect the world from them too. However, sealing Ten Tails into Naruto is only a temporary solution. It is certain that after some time, Naruto will die, either by natural death or assassinated by someone. After his death, the Ten Tails will be free from him and the terror it possesses will return. Because of this reason, I think Naruto should do exactly the same as Hagoromo Otsutsuki. He should use creation of all things technique to divide his Ten Tails into several other beings, thus creating new tailed beasts. Ten Tails chakra should help him to fully utilize the creation of all things technique, something he could not do before because of limited usage of that technique. I think it would be really cool to see Naruto becoming the Jinchuriki of Ten Tails. This theory has been up in the air ever since 4th Ninja World War. A lot of people, including me, thought that in the end, Naruto would become the Jinchuriki of Ten Tails, which would be his final power-up in the series, and it would be really nice to see that happening in Boruto. However, I can also understand that there is a big chance that it cannot happen, because the reason why Naruto was nerfed by losing Kurama in the first place is that the show is no more about him and they need Naruto to go back in order to give new generation their spotlight. However, I am very curious about the fate of this Ten Tails. How did Ishiki acquire it, and what will happen to it? I hope we will get answers on that questions in future. I guess this is all for today. Thanks for watching. Astro Jack out. Bye.